Welcome back, America. Kevin McCarthy, you mentioned Israel. We have rampant anti-Semitism taking place in this country, and not just on our college campuses. We see these little crystal knocks taking place all over the country. You saw what goes on in Dearborn, Michigan, but it's also in New Jersey and California and other parts of our country. I've yet to hear Joe Biden give a speech or make even a strong, substantive statement condemning it. I've yet to hear him condemn what took place in Dearborn, Michigan. Instead, he sends senior campaign advisors to these areas of the country, begging these folks for their votes, while he's trashing the hell out of Israel, trashing the hell out of Israelis who live in Judea and Samaria, and making it difficult, if not impossible, for Israel to literally defeat Hamas while he funds Iran. What do you make of this?
It's devastating. Remember what they said. They said death to America inside America. And what did that do? You had President Biden changing his policies. Let's be very honest with the American public. Hamas is a terrorist organization. Hamas is holding hostages and Americans as hostages. They took babies. They raped. They murdered. And this is a president now backing away. Israel is our greatest ally. Israel is a democracy. Israel has the ability. We should never walk away from this. And my real fear here is it being a real effect on Biden and his policies. You watch as these people chant death to America. Instead of the president standing up for America, going after that type of speech, he backs away from it and backs away from our allies. The day he took office, Iran became stronger. He didn't enforce the sanctions. He's allowed them to get billions of dollars. They fund Hamas. They fund terrorism around the world. The world is less safe because of his actions.
Kevin McCarthy, there's a recent news article, but news everywhere now, that Hamas tells negotiators it doesn't have 40 Israeli hostages needed for the first round of ceasefire. These are mostly elderly, babies, women. They say we can't find them anymore. So they either killed them, let them die, or sold them into slavery. How come the President of the United States isn't making a speech about this today?
He should have, from the first day, say never negotiate with a terrorist organization if they're going to hold hostages. Remember, there are Americans held hostage. These are babies. These are seniors. And he is backtracking from where he stood at the beginning after October 7th. We are now more than 6 months into this, people being held by this terrorist organization. And we have a president now leaning more towards the terrorists than he is to democracy and freedom. That is unacceptable and should never stand.
I want to switch quickly while we have a moment with you. This judge, these judges and this judge in New York and Manhattan with this phony case, they're going to have not a jury of Donald Trump's peers, but a jury of Joe Biden's peers. And they're going to try and get a conviction in there as fast as they can, and then the Democrats are going to run on it. I mean, have you ever seen anything like this, so horrendous? And then you have these networks that are excited about it?
This is offensive. When you talk about the fear of democracy, which I've recently been talking to on a college campus, this is what I talk about. Think about what the Democratic Party has tried to do to our democracy. Kick people off the ballot. Withhold an individual, withhold information from coming out that's printed in papers. And now they're using the judicial system to go after our nominee, President Trump, simply because they were afraid to run against his policies. I've never seen anything like this. This is what we talk about when we talk about democracy. This is what I fear, that they are using that power. If they are successful in November, regaining the House or keeping the Senate, think about how much further they will go. And we have now found out, after Elon Musk had purchased Twitter, they used it not just on elected officials, on all of you across America. They will use it on anyone if you disagree with them. That is different than America. And America is better than that, and that's why we all need to be able to join together.
Biden is an evil autocrat. He wants to put his opponent in prison, and he wants to overthrow an ally, an elected government, and impose his own lapdog government. It's really grotesque. Kevin McCarthy, thank you so much. Be well, my friend, and God bless.
Thank you, Mark.